Good morning, everybody. I'm sipping my favorite drink in my favorite place. Yeah, today I actually want to talk about how did we come about to not liking our bodies? How did we come about to have this disconnection from our body, who is literally the vehicle for our soul? We women are under a lot of pressure, looking good, losing weight, not looking old, having a smile all the time, not looking tired, etc., putting makeup on, name it. The list is very long. And in addition to that, if you grew up in an environment like I did where trauma happened, the only thing I could control was my body. I actually started dieting. I was 13 years old, and there was nothing to waste or to lose. There was no weight to lose. Yet, I felt like I could control that. I could control myself. I can control my emotions through food. I can control my looks, and that was the only thing I can control. And of course, I had later on issues with food that I fortunately overcame. But fast forward that, over the years, stress, this idea that we have to keep pushing, that we can't listen, that when we're tired, we cannot rest. If we're hungry, we cannot eat. If we're thirsty, we cannot drink, that kind of thing. And in addition to that, having to majorly produce all the time, never letting down, always going through. So that really comes from a concept of the mind, a concept that the body is like an object, a thing that we're separate from, and that we must take control of. It's very sad when I think about it, and sad to think that I had to go through 2 breast cancer diagnoses to get the message. And I'm still working on it, even though I do have this diagnosis. It's been a year now, and I'm dealing with it. I still feel like I have to keep going, that I can't let down, that I cannot rest all the time. So that's why I do these live videos outside, because the natural environment, nature is really my environment. I finally rest my nervous system. It's been proven that people really recharge in nature. So this morning I took a walk very slowly with my doggie, and I put my feet on the ground without shoes to really feel my connection and really let the energy release. Our life is happening right now. And the tricky part is our mind is leading the way all the time, making us believe that we should be somewhere else, doing something else. And all these other thoughts, not enough, do more, should be producing, showing results, etc. And that pressure makes us keep moving and push harder and harder. Okay, so that's what's happening everywhere. I think it's really hard for us to really tune in and slow down and just take a deep breath and just be here and feel like this moment is enough. You are enough. You are doing enough. All of it, right? So how does that lead to breast cancer? Well, stress is toxic. And over time, stress, the hormones of stress, get lodged into your organs. Now, depending on the level of trauma that you've had in your childhood, stress can actually be affecting different places. For me, it is the heart center, the heart chakra. And that has to do with love and self-love and really leaning back and opening the back of my heart and just really feeling that the universe has my back. So it's that belief that I'm not the only one. It's been proven. A lot of research is done on trauma, toxic stress, illness. The ACE study, Adverse Childhood Experiences, was really talking about this and addressing this issue. So here's what I'm inviting you to do today. Come back to your body and befriend your body. Sorry, I had to look away. Somebody was walking by. What does that mean, to befriend your body? It means you get up in the morning and you ask yourself, what do I need today to feel balanced? If you have to give a push, because sometimes we have deadlines, like I just finished a 3-day online retreat for women with breast cancer. And there's a lot that goes behind the scenes. The technology, the design of the content, the producing material, the talking to people, blah, blah, blah. A lot goes on. And today I'm tired. So I decided this morning I'm getting up and I'm going to slow down the pace and I'm going to do what feels good. I'm going to try to do things that are rejuvenating, refreshing. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to work. It just simply means that I'm going to change my pace. So step number 1, tune in, listen. What do you need right now? And give that to yourself. Step number 2, keep doing that. And at the same time, challenge your beliefs. So really look deep. When you're tired, why aren't you resting? If you're hungry, why aren't you eating? Or if you're eating on the go, like I tend to do sometimes, take a moment and ask yourself, what food would feel nourishing? What would feel good in this moment? So step number 2 is really about looking at what's happening in your mind, because that causes an emotional reaction that then turns into a physical reaction. This is how stress happens. And step number 3 is to create or recreate what you want for yourself. We are not the victim of our past, even though sometimes it weighs heavy on our mind, heart, body. We have habits, and yet we're not the victim. I today have the power to change my reality in this moment. I can choose to be with my body differently. I can choose to relate to my being, my health, in a different way, and not consider this body a slave. So step number 3 is recreate what you want. You do not have to live your past as if it was your current reality. So here's what I wish for you, lady. Maybe you're watching me now, maybe you'll be watching me later. I just wish that you could just take a moment, take a deep breath, and really embrace your body and just really feel that this is your home for this time on this planet at this moment. And the kinder you are to it, the kinder it will be back to you. And hopefully you're not in the throes of having to deal with a life-threatening disease like I do. Sometimes that's all it takes. We got to get pushed against the wall to really realize that we have to change our habits. It's okay if this is where you are, but what I wish for you is to not get there. So this is why I post these videos and I talk about this. So if you have had a history of trauma, start addressing those issues. And again, take a moment, breathe. Your body is your home. This is the only place you have. And this body of yours is allowing you to feel the sun like I'm feeling on my body right now. Hear the birds in the background. Beauty is surrounding me, and I can look at it through my eyes. And I do have access, luckily, to beautiful, nurturing, nourishing food, and etc. I can exercise and just feel good in this body. So this is what I wish for you. Feel free to post comments. I would like to hear what you have to say. Have a great day.